The reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard forever and ever. Fake Mike! Real news, folks. That's how we do it. Yeah. Well, I guess it's your definition of a celebrity, isn't it, folks? Welcome, 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 welcome. We're going to be breaking down some hot button info with some breaking news. We're going to be talking about arguably the most important thing in the world right now. It's definitely in the top. Share this video, guys. If you're just jumping in, share this video. Share this video. Because we're going to be talking about some important stuff. We're going to be talking about some very important stuff. Now, I'm surprised that MSNBC and Fox News is not 24/7 like Gabby Petito, right? We're not seeing tons and tons of people covering this. It's not on your Google News feed. We're going to scan some news, but share this video, guys, because this is very, very important stuff with your friends, your families. On the way in, like the video, leave me a comment. Helps us algorithmically. Find Auditing America on Instagram, Auditing America, Fake Mike Real News. Find my channel, Fake Mike Real News. I'm almost at 15K. Help me get over 15K. All right, who do we got in the chat here? Who do we got in the chat? Press 1 if you shared the video. All right, let's see. Who we got? Let's see. Jim, what up? Montreal is in the house. That is what's up. Fiona, welcome. Eric, welcome. Thank you for everything. Philip. Guys, let's get a few more eyeballs on this. Cuts 1, what up? What up, Tukey? Yum, what up? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Ali. Brazil, what up? All right, few more eyeballs on this, guys. Silent Auditor, welcome. New Mexico. Awesome. Please share the video, guys. Press 1 when you do, because this is stuff that I shouldn't be having to cover, but yet I am. Colin, welcome. We got a lot of awesome people. I want to go to Asheville. I want to go to North Kakalaka real soon. All right, can we get a few more eyeballs on this? Few. All right. So, thing that I want to talk about too, and yeah, we've done some in Illinois. What up, D? Tulsa. Okay, interesting. The fakest Michael. I'll get to your questions. I want to address this first, but I want to get to this stuff first, okay? Well, sorry, sometimes you get rude, you know, when we have a group, when we have all of our freedoms gone, when we have the NSA spying, we have illegal wars, when we have a group of people and Nazis literally meeting with one another, when things are so bad, and when there's a whole bunch of baddie boys out there, hey, well, you know, Trump or Biden, that's like saying, hey, Will, do you want chlamydia or herpes? I don't want either. Okay, here we go. This is important. See, now, if you're a newbie watching this video, what if I was to say to you, hey, the top 200 athletes and celebrities in the world are going to meet in secret? Don't you think the news would be all over that if Oprah and LeBron and Kim Kardashian and Clay Aiken and Carrot Top, they were all meeting in secret? You think that the media would be stalking them outside like this? Right? What up, Luis? You think everyone would be, whoa, or if you said, hey, the world's top politicians are going to get together and meet in secret, you think the press would be all over there, right? But they're not. So here's the thing. So there's a group. I'm going to put them up on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Give me a sec here, but let's talk about this. What is the Bilderberg Group? I'll actually show it to you, right? So we're talking about the Bilderberg Group, of course. I'm going to give you the breakdown, and we're going to go over. They're meeting right now. They are meeting right now as we speak. I'm going to try to get out there with Mr. America for the last day. We rarely ask for donations, but if you would like, in this instance, because, hey, we didn't think we were having it this year. I talked to my contacts. They didn't even think we're having it. They dropped it on the day of. But if you would like to send us some gas money, Feel free to do so. It's $Auditing America News on Cash App, $Auditing America News on Cash App, $Auditing America News, and also $Fake Mike Real News, $Fake Mike Real News, $Fake Mike Real News on Cash App. Also find us both under Auditing America and Fake Mike. Find me on Instagram, find him on Instagram, and also my YouTube channel. So, the Bilderberg Group was created, allegedly, in 1954. At least that's where they were first discovered meeting. I'm going to give you the lowdown, and I'm going to show you guys some, I'll give you guys a few links. I'm going to go through their official site. We'll go through the Wikipedia. We'll go through some other news, right? Thank you very much, Auditing America. Yes, this is a fresh hoodie. We're going to start selling these soon. So check that out. We're going to have some fresh stuff, right? Yes, good point, one hitter. World Economic Forum and New World Order meeting this week. And we showed on a previous stream on my channel, and we showed it here on this channel as well, too, the overlap between the Council on Foreign Relations, the World Economic Forum, the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, right? And if you're not aware of that, please make yourself aware. So, I'll get to your questions or comments, but the Bilderberg Group was found meeting in Oosterbeek, Holland in 1954 at Hotel Bilderberg. That's where they got their name from. They didn't even really have a name. And this group was created by the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Royal Family of England, the Royal Family of the Netherlands, and Nazis. And people say all the time, Will, you're a conspiracy theorist. Well, I forget who says it. Maybe somebody could put it in the chat. It's a famous quote, but it's, once you label me, you defeat me. And human beings, it's through our growth, it's important for human beings to recognize patterns, right? That helps you locate potential prey or also get away from potential predators, right? Recognizing patterns is a very useful tool for problem solving, but it also can make us see things in the clouds that aren't there, right? So recognizing patterns is an important thing, but psychologically what they've done to us is you're either a Democrat or you're a Republican, and if you're not one of those and you say one or two things, then you're a conspiracy theorist. Well, the definition of a conspiracy is two or more people getting together to do something negative, bad, right? Well, first of all, people get locked up for conspiracies every single day across the globe. Secondly, the Bilderberg Group is the definition of a conspiracy. It's literally 200 or less of the world's elite meeting in secret with royalty. People have done evil things. We've showed you David Rockefeller's quotes in his autobiography here on this channel and others, and my other channel. And these people make it very clear their intentions, right? They openly say what's up. And so they're the definition of a conspiracy. It's two or more people getting together to do something. And it's also against the United States Constitution for elected representatives to meet in secret and plan things. Well, then some people say, well, they don't even plan things. How do you know they plan things? Well, Valerie Destang, member of the Bilderberg Group, bragged that they create the European Union. That's one of their goals. They want to centralize power. As power always wants to do, it wants to centralize itself, right? So they've been doing that. They've been bragging about doing this. And when I first started looking into the Bilderberg Group, they said it didn't exist. They said, you're crazy. There's no such thing as the Bilderberg Group. It doesn't exist. But over my years of researching it, we've found out that the Bilderberg Group does, in fact, exist. Now, the Bilderberg Group has met almost every single year since 1954. I believe there was a time in the late 70s where they did not meet due to protests. Geez, that would have been nice to be there, right? But also, over the last 2 years, apparently they haven't met. Now, I've been talking to my contacts, people that have been there before, like Titus Frost, Kriston T. Harris, people like Tony Gosling, who was a former BBC reporter, journalist, who basically exposed Bilderberg, and then now he's doing his own thing. I've been putting my feelers out there in the community to see, hey, what's going on? I've been asking all this week, hey, what's going on? What's up with the Bildies, right? What's going on with those guys? What's going on? I've been checking their website. I mean, I know they usually always meet the weekend of the first weekend in June. That's when they typically meet. Although the last couple of years, due to the cooties, They haven't been meeting apparently, or if they have, it's been in secret, which it always is. But usually, since when I first started talking about them, they didn't exist. But now they do. Now they do. We've another thing that I was proven right on. Now again, I'm no expert on anything. I'm just a dude. But this is one of many other things that we've talked about before and have now eventually come true. So I just want to add that so you guys know. And that's not like I'm not trying to be rhetorical here or use rhetoric on you guys, but I'm just saying, hey, look, we've been talking about this type of stuff for years. Thank you, Gato Love. Yes, I would love to go to Davos. And thank you to the super chats. Anybody that super chats tonight, that money, we're going to be using that to go to Bilderberg. And you can also donate $ Auditing American News and $ Fake Micro News. But what helps us best is when you find us on the alternate platforms, Instagram, find us on Facebook, Auditing America, Fake Micro News, and also sharing the video. Please share the video because information is really what's the most important to get out, right? Because so I'm going to invite you guys all next year. Well, the thing is, and here's the thing about the Bilderberg, every 4 or 5 years, they rotate locations. So it's probably not going to be in the United States next year. So I'm going to say in 4 or 5 years, I'll have to remind you guys. And if anybody's out there, we don't even have the location. They say, so anyways, well, let's get into this. So what's the Bilderberg Group and who are some of these members? So let's take it from the Wikipedia first, shall we? All right, this is the wiki. All right. So this is the Bilderberg Group tab here, right? Annual conference, 1954. All right, Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands. Take a look into his political ideologies. Oosterbeek, the Netherlands. Sorry, did I say Holland? It was the Netherlands. My apologies. All right. And we're talking about highly influential people here. We'll go to this. These are the chairman of the steering committee, obviously. Prince Bernhard, as we mentioned. See, they have even a thing dedicated, but let's see. And take a look, right? So we're going to go to the list of Bilderberg participants. Now, this is overall, right? But I'm going to also show you this year's list because this year's list has been released. Now, I believe, we're not going to go, this is quite a list over all these years. So I also believe that the lists aren't always official and some people they keep out, right? So you got Prince Charles, he's famous hanging out with Jimmy Savile, right? As we said, the Netherlands is very important. Queen Beatrix, right? Bernhard, you'll see the Netherlands represented heavily. You know, Juan Carlos of Spain, right? All these premiers and prime ministers, right? Big people. Angela Merkel, right? She went in 2005, right? Helmut Schmidt, Klaus Schwabi boy, right? So these are the same old folks, right? And this is the highest level of power meeting illegally. It's against the U.S. Constitution for all the United States members. We'll get to the United States, but it's also against the Logan Act. So it's for obvious reasons. You're only supposed to debate stuff on the halls of Congress, right? You're out in the open. You're not supposed to meet privately with a group created by the royals and some Nazis. That's literally the opposite, right? All right, so United Kingdom. All right, take a look at some of these names here, right? Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Margaret Thatcher, David Cameron. Now we'll go to the U.S. and then we'll go back over to something else. Hillary Clinton, right? James Baker, Sandy Berger, Dick Gephardt, Kissinger. You know, Kissinger, his name's all over this stuff, right? Kushner, H.R. McMaster, Trump, Petraeus, right? He's there. Condoleezza Rice, Wilbur Ross. Wilbur Ross is the Rothschild banker we covered the other night who bailed out Trump, is also good friends with a special somebody that you guys probably know who. Lawrence Summers, that's Obama, right? So it's left and right. Paul Volcker, Robert Zoellick. Now we got the banking boys, right? John Edwards, Lindsey Graham, Bill Clinton, Hickenlooper, right? So those are some of the names. But also, if you take a look, okay, the key topics for discussion. Now, Aussie girl, let me ask you this. Are you talking about for tonight, or are you saying what are some key topics to use this to bring this information to branch out to other people? So be very specific with the questions. One, because I'm not that smart, and two, because I'm not the smartest, right? So, well, the thing is, Fiona, it is a Logan Act violation because they're meeting secretly to plan things, right? They're meeting secretly to plan things out. And it would be one thing if they were just meeting to have a dinner with a lobbyist, you know what I'm saying? And that's already bad enough as it is. But they're meeting with Kissinger, Rockefellers, all these peoples, and they're literally planning out how the world should be. Yes, I'm going over Aussie. Oh, yes. So Aussie girl. First part of this, yes, is one, just what is the Bilderberg Group, right? And who are some of the people, right? So we talked about that. It's an illegal meeting created by the royal family of England, the royal family of the Netherlands, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, just naming a few, and some Nazis. And every year, the world's famous and most secret people meet illegally every year. And it's funny because, I guarantee you, tomorrow, what's it, the NBA Finals? Millions of people will be watching. Millions of people will be at bars. There'll be thousands of people at the game. And when I went to Bilderberg in 2017, I showed up. Guess who was there? One person. Titus Frost. He was the first month there. I was the second. Damn it, Titus, you beat me. But yes, through the day, other media did come, but not much. Thank you very much, Tukey. Well, you know what? Thanks for flexing your rights and going out there, sharing the videos, being an active participant in this animating contest of freedom. Because, hey, that's, we have to do that. Yeah, and when you think about the future, and that's one of the points I want to make, right? Because we're going to be, now, so now we'll go to the website, right? And that's an important point. So just hold that in the back of your noggin, right? So this is his official website. Keep in mind, when we first started documenting this here, that this group didn't exist. All right, so meetings. So let's go to 22. All right. So, and guys, again, if you want to, and that donation will be used to hopefully get us down. If we get enough, we will go down for the final day of Bilderberg or up or however we get there. And so you can also donate $, Auditing America News, and $, Fake Mike Real News on Cash App, okay? So, but sharing the video is the most helpful. So, 68th Bilderberg meeting to take place, Washington, D.C. And they're not even giving the hotel. They give more information after. The list of participants, we're going to get to that. But first, let's look at their official site and see what they're talking about. Okay, so geopolitical realignments. Let's start with that one. That's number one. So 14 points right there, right? Geopolitical realignments. And then after we break these down, I'll give you my opinion. You guys are free to give your opinions here. Please share the video if you're just joining. Smack the like, leave a comment, helps algorithmically. And then we'll go through this year's list. And there's some people here that you're going to be surprised that are on this list. So, hey, Lori, welcome to the stream. Okay, and I'll get to your questions or comments, but I really want to get this information out succinctly. And I already have, I'm just a dude. I'm already having a difficult time doing that. So, I will definitely get your questions or comments in a bit. So let's just tidy this up here. Okay, so first one is geopolitical realignments. To me, the biggest geopolitical realignment is the Belton Road Initiative. The Belt and Road Initiative. I recently did a video with Titus Frost on my channel, Fake Mike Real News. That's right, I have my own channel, Fake Mike Real News, MIC. Fake Mike, real news. Check me out on YouTube. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. I'm almost at 15K. Got a lot of great interviews, audits, confrontations, everything there. Check out the video we recently did on Titus Frost. I believe it's the authoritative video on the Belton Road Project. What is the Belton Road Project? Well, the Belton Road Project is China working with hundreds of other countries, including Israel, including Iran, right, including Russia. And it's basically the new Silk Road, right? They're going to be building ports. There's going to be infrastructure all across. So we can pull it up on screen right here. We will. And I'll just show you a picture of the Belton Road Initiative. It's very important stuff. So this is the anti-Bilderberg meeting here, guys. Welcome. If you're just joining, you've joined the anti-Bilderberg meeting. They're having their meeting illegally, secret. And by the way, the police protect them all the time, even though they know it's an illegal meeting. The police are dishonoring their oath from being there. I believe it might be across from the National Reconnaissance Office in D.C., although I haven't verified. That's where it was in Chantilly, Virginia, pardon me, right outside of D.C., which is where it was in 2017. Let's see if we can just I'll just go to the images here, right? So you can kind of see what it looks like. And also keep in mind with this, right? So you could see it's a huge power play for China. And so you can see they're going to be all up everywhere. And then China's already been super powerful in Africa as well, too. So what it is, it's a restructuring economically of the world. And it's one that kind of brings us back into a bipolar Cold War era. You got the BRICS nations. You got China really blossoming in a way. And you're going to see that the World Economic Forum, so China is going to be, bigger than us or whatever. So, first of all, I'm not a statist. Sorry. Us, not us. But this happened for a long time. And just to show you that this is something that the Bilderberg Group is doing for a long time, you can look back to Nixon's presidency, where him and Kissinger, and also David Rockefeller, they went into China and they, quote unquote, opened up China, right, to the West. So this has been something going on by these people for a long time. I mean, 72, right? That's crazy, right? That the people have been working on this for a long time. So that's the geopolitical realignments. If I had to guess, this is the anti-Bilderberg meeting here. We're non-violent, not like them. They're violent. They're violent. They're tyrannical. They abuse at least the oaths here in the United States. And then the second one is NATO challenges, right? So there's differing thoughts here because, again, their theme is they want to centralize power, right? So you've got the European Union, which they created. And then some people say that there's a couple schools of thought here. One is NATO, they're good, right? They got their own military, but it's U.S. kind of controlled, right? Somewhat, right? However, we also heard a woman, and I don't recall her name. We covered the video, though, at the World Economic Forum, talking about how they basically need a military in Europe, like a European Union military. NATO may be antiquated. So watch for that to maybe happen, because they want that power, and they don't necessarily want the United States to have that power. You get what I'm saying? They want that military over all Europe, right? Just like Hitler's wet dream, right? And Germany would probably be the head of that, considering they're the most powerful, industrious economy running the European Union, which is just ironic too, because Angela Merkel, and that's not hyperbole either, because Angela Merkel literally got her start, well, not her start, but she was catapulted to success at the Bilderberg Group which was created by Nazis. So, I mean, it's not like the Nazis ever really lost here. And by the way, there's a great book about this too. Tony Gosling, a little beat up. The Traitors of Arnhem. Martin Bormann, who was Hitler's private secretary, a very interesting person. Bad, terrible person. They're all bad, right? But very interesting to see, because we're not really even sure what happened. Did he go to South America? And the Bilderberg Group. 1944 origins of the 1954 Bilderberg conferences, the Bormann, Bernhard, Nazi, Carrington timeline of treacheries. Very interesting group, lays it all out there. You got Prince Bernhard, the Nazi, Victor Rothschild, right? I hope you guys can see this. Winston Churchill, right? You got the Nazi Martin Bormann. Very interesting book. It's got some dope stuff in this. Some really cool pictures also. It's very well sourced. So check out the book, Tony Gosling. Just Google Tony Gosling. That's the book right there. Really cool on this topic. So that's NATO challenges. I have to speculate. Number 3 is China. All right, so China. Please share this video, guys. Thank you to everyone that's been donating, but please share this video. China, all right? So China's pretty high up on the list, and they're also, I would argue, part of number 1 on that list because, and China's doing a lot of stuff, right? So Elon Musk and Bill Gates, when they go and they operate in China, China has a law that basically if you operate there, they can just take like all your patents and everything, right? And forget the genocide, forget the, what is it? I think it's the anniversary of Tiananmen Square. There's nothing going on. Forget what they're doing in Hong Kong. Forget what China's doing to Taiwan, right? Like posturing so heavily militarily towards Taiwan. They're probably going to invade there. So much so that even Biden said, please don't invade Taiwan, right? So China's obviously horrible. They have slaves there. They're committing genocide, terrible human rights violations occurring on the daily over there. But yet they don't care. The Bilderberg Group doesn't care. They're the ones that opened up China, right? With again, Kissinger, Rockefeller, Nixon. So Indo-Pacific realignment. Now, I'm no expert on this here, right? But I listened to some pundits and some smart cookies, and I'd be interested. I'm not going to comment on that because I honestly wouldn't know where to start, quite frankly, because I'm no expert. I'm no expert on anything, quite frankly. But I guess, you know what, I couldn't really even want to get into their heads on that one. So I'd be curious. I have some things I would say, but you know what, it's not based on enough evidence. It's mostly speculative. So I'll leave you guys to do this here. And then you got the Sino-US tech competition. And that kind of alludes to what I was talking about is there's part of the reason for China's rise is China's military can come in and take all the patents. Whenever there's a company operating within China, they can come and get all their, you know, they're not exactly the most copyright friendly. I'm not necessarily a fan of copyright myself. Please smash the like, guys. Please leave us a comment. I will get to your comments and questions, but let's go through at least this part here, and we'll go over the membership, and I'll get to your questions and comments, I promise, as always. But the tech competition you have going on here is really like, whether it's tech with Microsoft, right, or Elon Musk, Neuralink, or whatever they're able to take from these companies, they're able to catch up and not do any of their own stuff. But also, that's not just tech, right? It also has wider ramifications, and those wider ramifications are military. So, U.S. military makes some super dope. I'm no fan of the military-industrial complex here, full disclosure, but U.S. military makes some super dope airplane that can do this and that and destroy everything, but then, boom, China has it, right? So it's more than just tech competition. The next one, number 6 on the list, is Russia. And it's interesting. I want to show you this because I found this interesting on this topic. So obviously I showed you that Kissinger is a member of all these groups, right? Kissinger is a big person in this. He's also a war criminal, by the way, for what he did in Vietnam, like so much. I mean, even more than this. Kissinger says Ukraine should cede territory to Russia. So they're going to be talking about Russia. And when Kissinger is one of the most dominant players on all this, he's saying, hey, they should cede territory to Russia. And according to some reports, I don't believe any reports, especially because I'm not there, Russia's taken about 20% of the Ukraine. So obviously, I'm surprised, quite frankly, that's not higher up on the list. So obviously, the war on Ukraine, it's all the way down to number 6. But Kissinger has thoughts on this made publicly, so I'll leave it at that. Holy shit! Take a look at this one, guys. This one's scary. Number 7, continuity of government and the economy. Oh my God, we got some scary ones coming up, right? We got some scary ones here. Continuity of government. Press 1 if you know anything about continuity of government, at least here in the United States or where you're tuning in from. Press 1 if you've heard of continuity of government, and press 2 if you have not. Okay. So, continuity of government. Let's talk about it real quick. So, years ago, they had this secession list for continuity of government, just in case there was some type of terrorist attack where the Congress and the Senate and the president and the Supreme Court and military is all messed up. Well, there's a secession list. They actually had some bunkers made. Literally, it's talked about on the History Channel. I think one of them was in West Virginia underneath a hotel, and the people working in the hotel didn't know, and it was going to be there that if in the event of some type of Cold War atomic weaponry scenario, that whatever remaining leaders, they would be whisked away to this bunker underneath this hotel. I believe it was in West Virginia. Could totally be wrong, but that's what continuity of government is, right? So why are they talking about continuity of government in the economy? What did they plan and or foresee happening that we would need to usher in continuity of government? Why is that a topic of discussion? Is there going to be some massive terrorist attacks? Or is there going to be some atomic stuff? Or are there going to be like what? I mean, obviously people are past atomic weaponry right now. There's other things that people would use, although that's not out of the books because there are still a whole bunch of nukes out there. So why would they say that? Why would they say that? All right, so yeah, so basically that's what it is. The continuity of government after something like that. So we're not in a Cold War. We're not at war at all. Why would they be talking about continuity of government? I don't know. Then the next one is a little bit more scary. Take a look, guys. It gets better. Okay, continuity of government. And then look at this one. Disruption of the global financial system. Why would you talk about that? Do you foresee that happening? Or maybe because of the amount of Federal Reserve bankers, central bankers in general, heads of all the largest banks, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds representatives, maybe, well, I mean, the World Trade Organization heads, right? Maybe they're the ones that are going to cause a disruption in the global financial system. Maybe. Ain't going to be me, right? Interesting. And then the next one, number 9, is disinformation. Now, just literally, I haven't told you, I mean, I may have been speculative, but everything that I've shown you, everything I told you about the Bilderberg Group, these are all facts that you can independently verify. You can go check out my old videos, hear me talk about the Bilderberg Group, and then see when the Bilderberg was ever admitted to exist. It's before that, right? You can go and see that this is a real group. It really exists. The thing that it's interesting, though, is it doesn't get the same press conference as Gabby Petito. I wonder why, right? So disinformation. They would consider this me just telling you facts and telling you guys, here's some facts, here's some points. I'm not saying you agree with them or disagree with them. Here's not even facts. I shouldn't say facts because they're not necessarily facts. Here's some pieces of information. Why don't you take a look at them with an open, skeptical mind and be nonviolent, whatever you decide to do. That's disinformation to them, right? That's why I was off a couple of social medias before. But please support Fake Mike, Real News, I'm almost at 15,000 subscribers, guys. Please help me get over 15K. We've had a power party with over 9,000. We'll have another one to get over 20K. I'm almost 20K. Help me get over 20K. Fake Mike Real News. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Find me on Instagram, Fake Mike Real News. Auditing America on Instagram. And please share this video. Again, if you want to send us down to Bilderberg so we can confront these people like I did. I was in Bilderberg 2017. I have some videos up on my old channel. I might re-release a new one. We went there. I went to the hotel. I went to the private little club there. Pardon me, not the hotel, the airport, the private little club. I went to Bilderberg, confronted them on the way in. So if you want to see us do that, please $ Auditing America News on Cash App, Fake Mike Real News on Cash App. But once again, that's $ Auditing America News and $ Fake Mike Real News on Cash App. But please share the video, whatever you do. So this is the disinformation, right? It's just me. That's me. That's the thank you for just subscribing, Jim. Okay, so, and I'll get to your questions or comments. Then there's energy security and sustainability. In my opinion, things like energy and sustainability, right? So these are buzzwords that they've been talking about for a long time. You know, people like David Rothschild, people like the Rockefellers, they're behind Al Gore, right? They're behind this climate change stuff, right? And they're also, unironically, horribly terrible for the environment, flying around on private jets, just to name a few, right? Just to name a few things. And so energy security and sustainability, to me, basically means we're going to give you shit alternatives. We're not going to give you Nikola Tesla free energy. What we'll do instead is we'll give you electric cars, and you will own nothing and like it. And that way we can be sustainable. That's just me. And then there's the post-pandemic health. I guess you could really only speculate on that, what's going to come next, right? There's a lot out there. And I want to appreciate Jesse for continuing to comment, because although nobody knows what you're saying, you are helping the algorithm. And everybody else that's commented, like the video. If you're just joining us, like the video, smack it a like, and please share the video. Make sure you hit the bell for the notifications. So, God only knows. 12, fragmentation of democratic societies. How are they going to fragment democratic societies? Now, I don't believe in government at all as a means to anything. But it's just interesting because we have, especially since the last couple years during the cooties, we have definitely shifted to more authoritarian society as opposed to a free, open constitutional republic, which bases itself on freedom and rights. But we obviously haven't seen that. Number 13 is trade and deglobalization. So obviously they're all about globalization. They're going to see how they can make that more globalized. And number 14 is Ukraine. So, and as we said before, Kissinger is already telling him, and he's a member there, to and we're going to have the participants to cede some land to Russia. So now we're going to go through some of the names here, and I will be honest with you guys. I don't know a lot of these names. We're going to go through some of them too, because you know a lot of these people are from Europe. Now, again, I will say this too. There are other people, I believe, I cannot prove this, but I believe that there are other people that are not on this list that also participate, right? But just take a look at this. So you have Paul Axleitner, right? And he's the former chairman, supervisory board of Deutsche Bank, treasurer of the Bilderberg meeting. So it's going to be somebody we're looking to. We'll go ahead. We'll come back and look into these people. I just want to get this list out here. I'll maybe make a couple points, and then I'll get to your questions or comments. So get those lined up, questions or comments, and make sure you leave them. Try to be as succinct as possible because you know me, right? Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI. Right, AI is a big thing. I'm surprised they didn't have a point talking about more futures. And one of the things they're talking about is implantables. They're talking about how the next thing is from a phone in your hand, it's gonna be in your skin. We already seen that. We've already seen that. We told you that here first. Okay. Then you have Anne Applebaum, who's a staff writer for The Atlantic. Wow, interesting. You have a Social Democrat, member of Parliament from Denmark, Director General of UNESCO, United Nations, right? Office of Secretary of Defense, James Baker. We see he's coming again. And then look, then you have Jose Manuel Barroso, Chairman of Goldman Sachs International, right? Oh, I wonder if these guys will be talking about how devastating. Where it is? I've zoomed in too much. Sorry. Bam, AXA, we showed you that before, right? Then the chairman of that company. I'm just going to put this in real quick. We'll go back to this. No, I can't type, guys. And just so we know who this is you guys know who that is, right? Blank has been a habitual defender. Offender. Let's start that over again. Blank has been a habitual offender, persistently engaging in illegal and corrupt marketing practices, bribing physicians, and suppressing adverse trial results. Since 2002, the company and its subsidiaries have been assessed $3 billion in criminal convictions, civil penalties, and jury awards. So, and they're hanging out with a group started by a bunch of Nazis. So yes, I would definitely trust what they say. I would definitely do that. Oh, William Burns, director of the CIA. Oh, White House coordinator for the Indo-Pacific. So Joe Biden's sending people there. Huh? I wonder if Biden knows about that. He probably doesn't. He probably told him right before he was going, and he still didn't remember because he's forgetful. And he's also a disgusting creep. And if you guys see some that I miss here, point them out to me if they're important or whatever. Princeton University, William Dudley. Wow. France, the Director General of Ministry of Armed Forces, Bernhard, ME. Let's see. Deputy Prime Minister. Victor Halberstadt, right? UBS Group. The Economist, remember? That's a big one, right? Oh, look, Henry Kissinger. You don't say. You do not say. Take a look at this. We also showed how the Rockefellers basically created the Museum of Modern Art, right? And then Leon Black. Leon Black's the guy that's hanging around with you-know-who, Jeffrey Egg Salad, right? And the Museum of Modern Art. Also, you know who played there? Played there or had their work showcased there? None other than Marina Spirit Cooking Abramovich. Interesting. BP, Shopify, wow. Finland's prime minister. The ambassador to Ukraine to the U.S., wow. Interesting. Editor-in-chief for The Economist. I mean, it's crazy, right? KKR, right? David Petraeus, right? David Petraeus, former general for the U.S. Financial Times. Oh, remember this, B? Gina Raimondo. Yep, that's right. We owned her. And we knew she was up for this, right? Also, very interesting, right? We showed the other day on my stream on Fake Mike Real News, this guy, Didier Renders, right? And he works for the European Commission, right? And he also did something about disinformation for the Bilderberg Group. We pulled that up on stream the other day. And then look, shout outs to Netherlands, shout outs to Roger Hop. Mark Rutte, the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, still coming through. The Netherlands is still important here. Oh, all right. Take a look. Oh, Eric Schmidt, former CEO and chairman of Google. Weird. And Microsoft? Weird. Ooh, interesting. We're gonna look at her later. I've never heard of her. Senator. Yep, and then look, the Brookings Institute, NATO, Secretary General of NATO, right? Secretary General of NATO. Let's see. I mean, crazy, crazy. House of Commons. You got more Big Pharma right there, right? So that's the list, but I definitely think that there's more that aren't on this list. All right, so let's get to your questions and comments now that you guys have been waiting super patient, and I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Peter Thiel. I miss Peter Thiel, who's up here too. Part of the PayPal Mafia, also Bilderberg for a long time. He's also nice stretchy. He's also Peter Thiel. Had some interesting things to say about young people's blood. All right, so let's get your questions or comments out here. And let's see what we got here. It looks like we had another super chat. Thank you very much for that. Thank you everyone for sharing the video. Let's see if we can get a few more eyeballs on this. We're talking about something very important. So we can delve into some of these names and stuff too. But just to go over again what we talked about here. Bilderberg Group created 1954. Some people speculate that they've been meeting from before that. But that's when they released a note about it. And it's a group created by the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Royal Family of England, the Royal Family of Netherlands, and Nazis. It's a definition of conspiracy. They've been planning out world events against the United States Constitution, against the Logan Act, and many, many, many famous people have met there over the years. And it seems kind of like a springboard almost to places of prominence. So again, I've owned the crap out of Gina Raimondo many, many, many times. So now, and we already talked about, she was a member of the Council on Foreign Relations, right? The Aspen Institute, part of all these lead things, meeting with the Clintons, right? So now it just only makes sense that she's going to the Bilderberg Group. It's an illegal group. It's created by a bunch of sketch people, really sketch people, right? And it's a secret meeting where they plan world events. It's legal and it's still going on. It's happening in DC. So it's going on right now. I'm gonna see, me and Mr. America will see if we can get our patooties down there. $ fake Mike Real News on Cash App, $ auditing America News. Everything that you donate today will be going towards trying to get us to Bilderberg. Not sure if we're gonna make it, quite frankly. I just don't know. Because quite frankly, they just sprang this on us. I do have some footage from Bilderberg from 2017 that I might re-release. But, you know, we'll see. It's really difficult to track these people down. Literally, they sometimes will only make this announcement, you know, a couple weeks before, maybe a few days. This time they released it the day of. And I was talking to everybody, and they were like, yeah, like, they're not having it. They're not having it. They've already done everything they wanted to do. But apparently they have not. So let's take a little scan of the news here, right? We talked about the Belton Road Initiative. It's actually pretty cool to go over this stuff, right? Now, I'm just going to go through Google News. Hey, Johnny Truth, welcome. And we'll just take a quick scan of Google News. And if you want, put your questions or comments in the chat, and I'll get to them. Okay, so let's see. I do not, Gato. Who is that? Thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciated. That'll be going towards Bilderberg. All right, so let's see. For me, even for me, interesting. It doesn't have anything about the Bilderberg Group. Nothing about the Bilderberg Group. World, let's see. Nothing about the Bilderberg Group. Nothing about the Bilderberg Group. Now, if it was Gabby Petito, this would be everything, right? Technology, nothing about the Bilderberg Group, right? So now let's type it in and see what comes up, because you have to go out of your way. It should be something bigger than Gabby Petito, but it's not. What? There are no items to show? I honestly didn't even expect this, because there are articles about this. This is insane, guys. Take a look at this. No articles on Google News. What is Google News? Google News is an aggregate of all articles. Jeff, absolutely go find me on Instagram, fake Mike Real News, send me a message. I do have some filtered messages that I will be getting to soon on Instagram. So if you didn't get through to me at first, just keep messaging me. But I'll go through that. So this is insane, guys. So this is crazy. Really crazy. Let's just type in Bilderberg to see what happens now in a Google search. Okay, so their website, which didn't even admit existence, now comes up. We went over that. We went through the Wikipedia top stories. Okay, we got one. Let's see, more news. Okay, so they do have news about it, but you can't even find it. Oh, this is not even news. This El Paso Inc. That's not a real news thing. It might be, but YLE, I've never even heard of any of this. Never heard of any of this stuff. European Communion. This is where we found where that Dietmar Reinhardt guy that was going to talk about this is officially European Union thing website, and that guy is talking about a disinformation panel on the Bilderberg Group, which is very interesting to me. So look, there's only one article, at least in English, from all. This is insane, and it just came out an hour ago. So let's go through this here. No. Okay. This will be interesting. We'll go through this article here, and then I promise I will get your comments and questions. Bilderberg reconvened in person after 2-year pandemic gap. The Washington Conference, a high-level council of war, will be headlined by Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General. Talked about that. Bilderberg is back with a vengeance. Ooh, it's back with a vengeance, baby. After a blank gap of 2 years, the Elite Global Summit is being rebooted. Oh, that's cool. It's like Spider-Man or Batman. It's being rebooted in a security-drenched hotel in D.C., which they don't even say, right? I'm willing to bet Chantilly, with a high-powered guest list that includes the heads of NATO, the CIA, GCHQ, the U.S. National Security Council, 2 European prime ministers, a heavy sprinkle of tech billionaires, and Henry Kissinger. What a difference the years have made. The Western world order, which the Bilderberg Group has quietly nudging into shape, like I told you, for the best of 70 years, is in all kind of flux. Back in 2019, the last time they met, the conference kicked off with optimist topics like a strategic order and what next for Europe. Remember, in 2019, to be sure, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Ukrainian oil company, let's see, clinking cocktails, Canada's half Ukrainian. So they're talking about Russian cream. Oh, the conference room, take a look at this, is rigged up with video screens for shy dignitaries to make a virtual attendance. And it's highly likely that Ukraine's President Zelensky will zoom in for T-shirted contributions and talks. Just a few days beforehand, Zelensky met with a Bilderberg and U.S. intelligence representative, Alex Karp, who runs Palantir, the infamous, holy shit, CIA-funded surveillance and data analysis company. Oh my God, are you? This should be front page news everywhere. Instead, there's only one article. Oh my God, that's crazy. James Baker. Oh my God. Many consider younger, flashier Davos. Kyle Swad is a former member of Bilderberg steering committee. His great reset looms large over the concept with disruption of the global financial system. Oh my God. Pfizer, GlaxoSmithKline. Wow. CIA, William Burns. Right? David Petraeus, CIA, and huge general, and also MI6. So they're just meeting. Now a board member of Bilderberg and BP. Of course, Klaus Schwab's mentor, Kissinger. We got to celebrate Kissinger's 100th birthday party. When we're going to figure that is. Bilderberg, Google, AI luminaries, DeepMind. I mean, come on. It is crazy. See what that last sentence says? Interesting. All right, what do you guys think about that? Any questions or comments here? All right, I'm gonna scroll back a little bit. Someone's spamming with 33, but hey, whatever. All right, let's go back. Still comments. Well, Putin's a part of all this, unfortunately. I mean, Putin hasn't kicked the Putin. So people think that Putin kicked out the oligarchs. Well, he forgot one. The Rothschilds. Why is Rothschild Inc. still working? Why are they still operating in Russia? You can't tell me that you're kicking out the oligarchs and you don't kick out the Rothschilds. Sorry. Mexican righteous. Welcome. You guys are funny out there. All right. Oh, it looks like we got another super chat that I missed. Awesome. Thank you so much. And if you want to donate directly to help us get to Bilderberg, $ fake Mike Real News and $ Auditing American News. I've never really promoted that too much, but honestly, quite frankly, I didn't think Bilderberg was happening. And now I'm like, damn, I really want to get down there and get some footage and see what's really going on. Because like I said, there's also the guest list of, that's, I believe, this is a purely speculative here, that there's people on that will be attending the conference that are not on that list, right? That's what I believe. So yeah, $ Auditing America News, $ Fake Mike Real News. Find us on Instagram, Auditing America, Fake Mike Real News. That's at Fake Mike, M-I-C, Fake Mike Real News. We're gonna have some merch coming out soon, which will be awesome. We have a group on Facebook, Auditing America. Check us out there. Also check out fakemikerealnews.com. That's the website. I got videos from me and all the best auditors and truthers, all the best stuff. So definitely check that out. Frank Royce, what up? Tree, do you? Interesting. So yeah, any other questions or comments, get them in the chat now and make them succinct. But yeah, also please guys, please check me out, my channel, fakemikerealnews.com. I'm gonna put up on screen for you guys. It's pretty awesome. I really want you guys to subscribe. I really want to get over 15K subs. Please help me. Actually, I will be going live, I believe, later tonight. I might even go live right after this to talk about spicy stuff on my channel. We'll see. But you're going to want to check it out. So I'm almost there, guys. Almost there. All right. So Fake Mike Real News. Find me. Please subscribe. I'm almost at, I'm not even at 14,000. I thought it was at close to 15,000. Help me get over 15,000, guys. And take a look. One of the last interviews with John McAfee, maybe the last interview ever. That's a really dope interview. You want to check that out. All right. The second time, of course, we got all these audits. Fritz Bringmeier, right? Incredible interview right there. Really dope. That's probably his newest interview out, by the way. We're going to be interviewing again very soon. This is when I invaded a law enforcement rally, right? Owning these generals in DC, locked up by Mayor Karen. Shout out to audit them. You can see Scientologists own, media guys own, police. A lot of the top videos, Caitlin Bennett, she got totally owned. All right. Bloomberg, Democrats, Republicans. This is my interview with Martin Luther King Jr.'s niece. It only has 2-something thousand videos. Please help me get it up there. That's what she said. This is a very interesting video. I did 4 hours. That was 10 days ago. This is a very interesting video. It's called You're Not Gonna Believe This. There's some very interesting stuff. We streamed that live that day. This is me in Philly going live, confronting Rashida Tlaib. I mean, this one doesn't even have 2,000 views, right? Can you help a brother out? Me and Auditing America, owning Scientologists, right? Owning military, owned. Milo Yiannopoulos got brutally wrecked by me, right? Senators getting owned, congressmen getting owned, right? Remember this guy? If you haven't seen that video, why not? The governor of Vermont, me and Auditing America, wrecked him. I nearly killed him. We're all about nonviolence. That was a little joke here. But yeah, please go subscribe to my channel. A lot of dope stuff, a lot of cool interviews. And I'll just show you quickly here some of the newer videos. We'll post by some of the newer stuff because, oops, that's oldest. Let's go to new. And honestly, I have a lot of really cool stuff here. So definitely check it out. I went down to DC. We was up in Philly, Congress, right? Some great interviews here with a lot of different people. So please check that out. All right, now let me get to the comments and questions for you guys. All right. Nice. I'm glad, Tree. Welcome. Hey, Cali Life. Yeah, we've done some. We'll probably go back to doing some airport. Get a hold of those two real big guys. What are you talking about there? I stand with that. Doesn't know you. That would be cool. Thank you for subscribing. Ha, got him. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Please go over to my channel, Fake Mike Real News. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment here. I'll probably go live either very soon and or right now. I'm not sure. I really want to say thank you. This is my channel right here. Let's refresh. Let's see if I got over 14,000. Let's see if 100 of you. There's already well over 100. Oh, where's the blunt? It's working on it. 3.9. All right. So please go over to Fake Mike Real News. Fake Mike Real News. Also, I want you guys to do me a favor. Yeah, I'll probably go live again on my channel. Fake Mike Real News. So everyone go over to Fake Mike Real News. I just showed you up on screen. Just type into your browser Fake Mike Real News. Make sure you hit the bell to get the notifications for when I go live. Find Auditing America, $ Auditing America News on Cash App. That's $ Auditing America News, $ Auditing America News on Cash App. Any donations given tonight, we're going to try our best if we can get enough, because we really just couldn't plan for this one here. It's pretty crazy. They will be going to get us to Bilderberg. Also, $ Fake Mike Real News on Cash App, $ Fake Mike Real News. Everyone sharing the video, very much appreciated. That's the best way to help. Make sure you smack the like, leave us a comment. Helps us algorithmically, right? Like the cat. FakeMikeRealNews.com, Auditing America on Facebook. And, regardless of whether we can get to all these places or not, doesn't really make that huge difference. We're still going to cover it the best that we can. We're still going to give you the information. We're still going to say, hey, don't take our word for it. Keep an open but skeptical mind. Make sure you go out there and do some nonviolent activism of yourself. Just take this information. Please share it to other people. This is incredibly, incredibly important stuff. And you know what? Me and Mr. America, we're going to keep doing our thing. We're going to keep exposing injustice. We're going to keep owning tyrants with way too much makeup. And we're going to do it with some snapbacks and a fake Mike. 2 for 2 real news. Oh.